Yesterday was supposed to be the rapture. We're still here. It was a good thing we didn't sell all our stuff because it was the rapture. Goodness. Come on. You got a problem. Come on, boys. Turn it back. Ruckus is not feeling good. Ruckus is battling autoimmune disease right now, and it's not good. It's taking all this energy out. He doesn't want to go for walks anymore. Last 2 days. And got a couple of those. Come on, boy, big boys. If he's not gonna walk, then we're gonna have problems. Besides the fact that there's a wet, it rained later. So we're gonna make him walk. Not real happy about doing it, but just gotta get out. Boys! We're not gonna make him walk far, just far enough to get the stink off him. He's got to get out, otherwise he'd stay inside. Absolutely nothing of what I had planned. I didn't think we were going to be talking about the dog, but why not? We diagnosed him, Ruckus, that guy, with hip dysplasia last month. And now we got him diagnosed with autoimmune disease. Goodness gracious. So, what it all boils down to is that his quality of life will not get better as far as the autoimmune disease. The hip dysplasia will not cure itself. That will only get worse over time. Solutions for that are surgery, and more surgery. We've done that for one dog. That was a lot of money. Not hips, but knees. Hip, knees, and what is it? Hip, knees, and toes, and something. Hip, knees, and toes, and something. Watermelon. Hip, knees, and toes. No, there's something else. Shoulders, hip, knees, and toes. Shoulders, hip, knees, and toes. Maybe. I think it's 4. Break me off a piece of that piece of wood. Oh no, that's not it. If you watch The Office, you'll get that reference. But okay, you're on the main trail. This goes out to the pipeline, and he's making his way out there. Well, that's good to see. Good boy, Ruckus. So we're just gonna go probably to the end of this. This big boy right here, just making this guy take a lean. That guy's leaning off to the west. It won't be long. That was, well, it's been here since we've been here. 6 years. So yeah, that may be a while. But don't think I don't think about it every time I walk underneath it, thinking that's all I need is for that thing to start cracking. The only thing that's holding that is its root ball is sitting right there, and that's in shallow, shitty soil. Shallow, sandy, shitty soil. Hey, look at that. I'm a genius. So his hip dysplasia, he cannot jump over these like he used to. So he usually walks around. We lost our cherry on her. Well, hey, pick me up. That's all right. Well, I guess he is gonna keep walking out there, but that's fine. We're gonna. I took Ruckus, Mac, big boy. I took him out to one of our spots yesterday because this guy was at the vet. So it's got long grass and nice boots. That's as far as we're gonna go. That's as far as he wants to go. So we're not gonna go any further than that. I say that, and he does. Wipe off my lens. But yeah, yesterday we went out to a spot. We call it Cook Road. It's owned by the state, the DNR. But that has long grass. Not as ferny as it is out here. So it took about 10 minutes walking in that long wet grass after it rained that my feet were absolutely soaked to the bone. My boots are still wet. Thank God I have 2 pairs of boots. I have dry ones and I have work boots and non-work boots. Which, what did I say, Wednesday, Monday, I found the spot on my work boots that's been letting in cold air. Here I've been thinking that my circulation has problems because my toes turn cold every once in a while. Well, it's not that. I got a hole in the boots. So those boots have now become my home boots, and now my home boots, which are the Merrills, become my work boots again. Until I can find another pair of work boots. So that was fun walking out here. What's up, chat? Who we got? All right, my glasses on. Kara, how are you, Omar? Snapdragon. You know what? I still do love snapdragons and flowers. I used to work on an organic biodynamic farm back a couple decades ago. And that's where I fell in love with the snapdragons. And that became my saying for quite a number of years. Snapdragon. Like, holy fuck. Snapdragon. It was safer. It was cleaner. I can't remember why. Oh, snapdragons, and if I remember right, they're called lupines. Lupine? Another flower that's a big, tall flower like the snapdragon. Beautiful flowers. Oh my goodness. Omar, you have a great day too. Hope everybody has a great day today. It's Wednesday. Not much going on. Got the day off today, second day. I didn't realize my vacation started next week until I looked at the calendar Monday. So, oh shit, I'm on vacation next week. Yay. So I don't know, with these dogs having problems, I don't know what if we can go too far, I don't know. We don't have any kids, so I talk about my dogs like my kids. So when I say my kids, my boys, my little ones, I mean the dogs. So much fun talking with people that have kids. Oh yeah, mine are, I used to say it a couple years ago, yeah, mine are 5, 7, and 3, or twins. Actually, these two are about the same age. About a year apart. Mac is 4 going on 5. I think Ruckus is 6 going on 7. But we are noticing a lot of growth. Not hi. No. Goodness. Sorry about that. Didn't know how long you've been looking at my ugly fucking face. Yikes. Scared. There. Got a better view of where we're going. So this is, I'm not going to say our trail, but we're the only ones that use this trail because we're the only ones that know about this trail. Obviously, if you're walking around the woods You're never going to see this trail if you don't know it's here. Because we are absolutely covered with trees, which is beautiful because we don't get people out here. We don't know. We've had one dirt bike that's come out here in 6 months, 6 years. He followed this trail all the way back to our house. We're coming out the back door, wondering what all the ruckus was. And here's a dirt bike with a teenager sitting on top of our sand hill. I don't know where I'm at. I'm sorry. Don't shoot me. No. You're fine, dude. You're fine. That sign's just there to scare people. That's all. Trespassers will be shot or something like that. But yeah, speaking of lost, I'm not lost, but I don't know where my boys are at. If they're quiet, they got us. There's one. They're not quiet now. I don't know what to do. There we go. It's so peaceful out here. There's one. Here, Mac over there. Yep. There's number 2. But we're gonna get wet either way we're here because we just started out and it already looks like I pissed my pants. Yeah, we're gonna be wet. But that's part of the deal. That's not a problem. So, what do I talk about? Let's talk about money. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Let's talk about stocks. Let's talk about how we move from ETF dividends to options. Oh my goodness. I got into stocks when I was in business school. That was in the early 2000s. Then Google first came out. Oh, we just hit a tree and got rained on. That's the fun part about this, is that you can come by a tree, hit it, and you're gonna get wet. And that's fun to do in the wintertime. Because all that snow falls on you. But yeah, we've been investing for quite a while. There's steps, progressions that we've made going from buying single stocks at $9.99 a trade to buying hundreds of stocks and then going into high yield ETFs. Yeah, I'm not going to say any of those anymore. Well, we used to play with the yield max, Pleiades, the Misties, the Alti, pretty much anything that ends in a Y, it's a yield max. But Pleiades, PLTY, used to be my big dividend ETF. I think at one point we had 16,000 shares of that. We had, $16,000 worth of Pleiades. We have since divested of all of our high yield ETFs, and we have gone into options. The CBOE, Chicago Board Options Equity Exchange. It's a lot quicker. It's a lot more money. It's a lot more risk. It's easier to get yourself into a lot of trouble. There are certain rules that you have to abide by when you're doing options. One is to do your own work. Don't listen to me because I'm not a financial advisor whatsoever. All I know is the things that I'm waiting for them and they're already up here. Shit. All I know is the things I've done, and I've won and lost. I've lost money too. God, I sound like Trump. I've won, but I've lost. I'm pretty much the biggest loser that I know. If I was a winner, I'd probably be the best winner, but I'm not a good winner this time. I don't do a good Trump. Well, we're not doing politics. We're doing finances, options. Started out doing covered calls. Like you. I did cover calls for about a month until I got Now let's go back. We learned about options last year. We've been studying options for quite a while now. Hey, we got a plane coming in. Where are you? Might be low. Sounds like he's low. Oh, we'll see him. This guy's coming in from Detroit. Detroit. Hi, guy. We have our hat. They might see us. We got our camel hat on today. That guy's coming in from Detroit. It smells like a skunk. God damn it. That's always not a good sign when you smell fresh skunk, because that means one of the dogs might be hit. Where's your dumbass brother? You're fine. Where's your dumbass brother? What's up, stinky boy? So with covered calls, I'm not gonna go into this. I want to, but I have so much fun, but I am so disorganized and I'm just pulling this shit off the top of my head. But my reason that I left the high dividend ETFs, the Yield Max and the Round Hills and the other ones, are because options will pay you more. Options will pay you weekly if you want it to, just like the ETFs. But with the options, if you're on a good set of symbols, stock symbols, companies, you can break in the money hand over fist. It's like printing money. It is. I say it's too good to be true, which things that are too good to be true usually are. And I'm going to admit right now, I don't know 100% of everything about options, stock, calls and puts. Poor man cover calls, strangles, credit call spreads, debit call spreads, put call spreads. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about that. I know a little bit, just enough to lose all my money. I do know that I know that much. And I do know, knowing that much about everything. Well, I was getting confused now, really. I don't go out of my comfort zone with stocks because I know it's an easy way to lose money, and I'm not going to lose all my money. That's all I got. So, right now we own Palantir. I own D-Wave, QBTS, and I own IonQ. I bought every one of these motherfuckers at probably half of what they are now. And our D-Wave's trading at $27, $28 a share. I bought it at $17. Excuse me, I bought it at 14 and change less than a month ago to write cover calls on. And this damn stock has not stopped, has not gone down. It's gone up, up, up. That is the same thing with IonQ. IonQ I bought at, wow, I'm going to say the high 50s. It's now trading at 73 something. It's unreal. I have my calls set at 65 and 68, I think, for D-Wave. That's called the strike price, but I have it set at, and that's where I agreed to sell it at that price. So since it's gone up considerably since then, I have rolled. Come on. I have taken the stock and I have used an option called roll position, where I have bought it back and I have resold it for higher amounts. I sold it for longer. I put it out at, my first one was to be expired this Friday, the 3rd of October. Actually, next Friday, 3rd of October. But since IonQ and D-Wave, and we got another plane coming in. This might be FedEx. Got FedEx coming in from GRR, Grand Rapids. We're gonna walk up to the top of the hill. Oh, we're getting to see him now. Yay, we can see airplanes. Ooh, that's FedEx one. Nope, that's not FedEx. That's a little putter jumper. Yay. Hi, Blade. The Blade, the Blade, the Blade. Fantasy Island, if you're old. Oh, we're selling cover calls, buying them back, settling leaps. Oh my goodness. Glossing over everything. I've been trading options for about 2.5 months, maybe at the longest, 2.5 months. It is so much fun. I can't tell you. It's the right amount of action for me to keep my mind busy, because you're always checking, always looking, there's 14 million things to look at. The Delta. Oh, look at the IV, look at the Bollinger Bands, the relative strength index, volume, retail sentiment is what we learned yesterday. Yeah, people like, well, I say people like me, retail investors, people that invest from home, that don't have millions and millions behind them, we are now becoming a force in the stock market. People are now having to look at stock traders, stock movers, are having to look at the retail traders, see what they're doing. I'm breathing hard. Holy cow, I am so out of shape. I need to sit down. Now this is interesting. We're looking at these pine trees. And the thing we learned about pine trees last year was that the pine trees will shed their needles early when they have a response that they need to store their energy, because there's going to be a big winter coming in. That guy started losing a lot of needles. All the pine trees are losing needles already, and that's what, last week till October. I hate saying it. Yeah, we are now 100% soaked. Pants are wet. So options. Whatever the IonQ, D-Wave, and Palantir have been going up in value, that makes my calls worthless. Not worthless, worthless. Hey, look at that big guy. That is not a dog. That is a dog. That is something with pretty big claws. The chicken have talons. So that'll explain why they're sitting right there sniffing at the ground. You got coyotes all through here. Oh, probably a couple of foxes too, bear. Yeah, I think we do have a bear up around here, not here. Oh, what else? Porcupine, you know, the usual porcupine, skunks, coons, raccoons. But every time our stocks gain value, I do what they call is roll it. I will roll it up, and I will roll it out. If you roll it up, it's going to cost you money, because you're trying to get out of, hey, somebody lost a sock. So, kids. If you roll the stock up, you got to pay, because you're getting out of what you owe. If you roll it out, meaning you go from like October 3rd to November 12th, they will pay you. So somewhere in between rolling up and rolling out, there's a soft spot where you don't have to pay anybody. Chances are they might even give you a little bit. Every time your stocks come up in the green, they go up during the day. That's a perfect time to roll. Yesterday, Palantir was up 30% on my end. So I rolled it. I rolled it up. No, I rolled it out. I didn't roll it up. And I knew that Palantir has earnings coming up in November. So I rolled it past the earnings. The earnings come out 11.3. I rolled it to 11.12, I think. Yeah. So since I rolled it, since Palantir was up, the IV was up, the implied volatility, everything was up for us. We rolled it and gained, I think, 340 bucks. Well, granted, this is all unrealized until we sell or it gets hauled away. So right now it's what I call dry powder. It is just sitting there as cash, waiting to get deployed. And I can do one of two things with that money. I can reinvest it and buy some other stock and start doing cover calls on that, or cash secured puts, or poor man cover calls, or all kinds of fun things you can do with that money. Or what I've been doing is keeping it as dry powder. And when my stocks fall far enough in price, and I'm thinking about, let's see, I had, I'm drawing a blank. Last month we had a couple of good, SoFi, SOFI. We had SoFi at like an $18 strike price, I think, and it fell to, what, 16 at one point. Maybe this was last month. I think last month, when I first started out, SoFi was one of my first stocks that I started to mess with. So, with it falling below the strike price, it was gaining almost 50 to 60%. It lost 50 to 60% of its value, which is good for us because we have a bet against it. So when that happens, the price to call it back is a hell of a lot cheaper than it would be if the price was sky high. So we closed all of our SoFi positions. We bought them back, and we made, like, say SoFi will pay you $600 for a week to have your stock options. So you got your stocks tied up for a week. We're going to pay you $300. Your stock is worth 15. If your stock goes down to 10, you're gaining money because your stock loses value, and these people are paying you for that. So what you do is you buy it back, buy back that contract. God, I'm out of shape. Jesus. I started squirrel. But I spend a lot of time having all my trades one button away from executing, and I wouldn't because I was too scared. ChatGPT came along. I started playing with that, running all my trades through ChatGPT to see what that thought, that he, she, whatever, what GTP thought. I gotta tell you, I love ChatGPT. Everything I do, I run it through ChatGPT. It knows what I want to do. It's taken a while to get ChatGPT whittled down to what I want it to do. Instead of giving me the whole world of answers, it already knows what I want. But ChatGPT is a very good tool, especially for trading. Man, I'm out of shape. I need to go sit down on the couch for another couple days. But again, it took a long time for me to actually get the nuts up to press that button and to place my first cover call. But I did it with, not by myself, I did have help. I started watching a guy called Retire on Dividends. If you see him on YouTube, he's got a green screen. He's the only one with a blue check mark. The other ones are copycats and bots. And yeah, but I started watching him. He got me on the high yield ETFs, and then he started doing covered calls, started selling options. So of course I watched that, and I fell in love with that. And that was pretty neat. So we've been doing cover calls since. Like I said, we've gone to selling puts, buying leads. We've done everything. Except for the real big iron condor. Wow, what these people have done. They have blocked off access to their river. Now we're gonna go on. Now you're gonna see these are not in the right place. We know where they're at. The property line doesn't start till down here. That's just a warning shot. Assholes. I can pick up your shit, people. Quit being dirty. Somebody has drove down here. They put this down. It looks like what they're doing now is putting trees over to that side, and we're gonna probably drop a couple leaves over there. Come on. So their property starts right there. There's a gate right there. Their property, I can't remember how it goes. But yeah, we're pretty close on their property. But like I've said before, in Michigan, there's a 10-foot rule. It could be 10 feet over or 10 feet on the other side, and you're within your legal right to be there. I don't know if that's true or not. It's probably not. I just made that up, and it sounds good. But these people have nice property. Jesus, it's beautiful back here. In the wintertime, there's 20, 40 acres back there on the other side of this hill that we walk on in the wintertime because it's all open and frozen and nice. Right now it's all covered with trees and you couldn't do it, but the wintertime that's fun. Not many people get back here. Well, for a reason it's hard to get back here. But it's fun. It's got a nice, gorgeous view. If you look way down there, the Maple River runs through there. Maple River is a nice trout stream, Blue Ribbon. Trout stream up here in Emmett County. Way up in the middle of, if this is Michigan, I'm at the tip top of your middle finger. Where it's cold, they had the viewer poll this morning on the local news and say, where does up north start? And of course, if you ask somebody like me, where does up north start? I'm at the very northern, almost very northern tip of lower Michigan. So to me, northern Michigan starts an hour south. Now the people an hour south, it starts 2 hours south. So on and so forth. But it's awesome. I don't want people to know about up here. It's, as I step a mosquito out of my ear, it's pretty nice up here. It's really nice up here. Once you dry off, it'll be a good day. But we got the dogs out, which is, I'm good. He's out. He looks like he's having a doable time. Okay, stocks. Let's finish this up. Don't be scared to do stocks. Don't be scared to do options. I mean, like I said, I was weeks, months wanting to hit that button and just never did until I was 100% comfortable with what I was doing. And I knew, I can honestly say I know cover calls. I know how to do a cover call. I know what to look for, the thetas. I know what to look for. I can do that. I know that. I would be smart just to stop there, but like I was saying earlier, I just know enough about a little bit. No, I know it just enough about a lot to get myself in trouble. But I do know that I know that, and I do know that I know that, and I will not get myself in trouble by selling naked calls or uncover calls or stuff that margin costs money. I'm not that guy. I'm turning 55 next week. I'm gonna say a shit retirement. I know how much we have in our account, and it's not gonna last very long. It's a lot more than everybody else. Well, excuse me. It's something, but I am understanding that my stocks and options in my retirement will not fund me not working 100%. I will not have a full retirement. But I don't know if I could do a full retirement anyway. That would be so boring. Just sitting around. That's kind of what I do now. But no, it's my retirement. I will pay a bill. I will keep working. I have to keep working. That's just who I am. Even if I had millions and millions, I'd always be fucking around with something. That's just how it goes. And that's, I guess, one of the reasons why I like being a butcher. I like being a restaurant cook. I like running a restaurant. Today is not the same day as tomorrow. And tomorrow will never be the same as any other day before. It's always something new. That's why I pull out. See, when I go to work and I pull out a big chuck roll, where chuck rolls come from, chuck shoulder. And I'll give it a once over, you know? Look at all sides and dissect it with my eyes before I actually put a blade to it. And I bought a new knife yesterday. I've been saying I was gonna do it, and never did it, and I don't know why yesterday I had to do it. But I bought a 10-inch Victorinox. Keep saying it wrong, Victorinox. They're good knives. It's the last knife that I had. I think I had for about 15, 20 years. So it's time. We tried to put a blade, to put an edge on it yesterday, and it'll keep an edge for about a day, and that's it. So, man, I'm out of shape. Hey, we got somebody coming over. We're gonna walk over here, get a better view. By that I mean we got a plane coming. Oh, there he is. Damn it all the hell. Oh, there you are. Yeah, I'm sorry. God, I can't see. Is he up there? There he is. Look, before I get shaky. Oh my goodness. Cover calls, don't be scared of them. Options, don't be scared. Do your homework. If you want to see how I do stocks, I have it all on my other channel. Options over 40. Just do a YouTube search for options over 40. You'll see. I should pop up. It's a nice clean cut meme of a guy with a Detroit Lions coverall on it. Overalls, Jesus, I've been through so many titles with this other channel. And that other channel is, I'm trying to keep this channel, to Ruckus, away from my options over 40 so they don't run into one another. I wanted the options over 40 to be more professional than my live videos, but the problem is, when I do my live videos, I want to do one for options over 40, but you can't do it until you get 50 subscribers. And granted, I've only been doing that channel for a couple months now, but now I have, I think, 4 subscribers. So I got a ways to go. But that's fine. Rome wasn't built in a day, and the Ruckus YouTube wasn't built overnight. I think I'm about ready. Hey, speaking of which, if you're on watching me now and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I'd love to have over 1,600. What, 1,594 was the last time I checked, so I'd love to hit 1,600. That'd be awesome. I made the goal of hitting 1,500 by the end of the year. Already surpassed that. So while I don't usually make the goals of I want to hit a certain milestone of viewers, it's kind of nice. We have a video up there of when we hit 1,000 subscribers last year. So that was in the winter time. That was pretty fun. So we've gained 600 subscribers in about almost a year. That's not bad. That's pretty good. All right with that. But a lot of that is these two bozos in Franklin, our other one we put down last year. Just making videos of them. Love this dog. But yeah, don't be scared of options. You know, do your homework. Squirrel, squirrel. That looks like a little raccoon. I walk with my head down, not because I'm a butcher, because I like to see what's walking around, you know, like I'm rock hunting on the beach or something. Anyway, don't be scared of options. Do your homework. It is a way to make some money. It is a way to lose a lot of money too. Don't know what you're doing. But it is learnable. The reason I think that a lot of people aren't doing it is because people are scared. They think that it takes an MBA from Tufts to be able to create options. It doesn't. I'm a jackass. I don't know what the hell I'm doing usually, but I've done pretty well with options so far. And granted, I can hear somebody out there saying, well, any asshole can make money in a green bull market. That is true, but I'm also buying cash secured puts, also selling puts. So I'm getting ready for the down market to show up because I know that's around the corner. Oh my God, are we going to talk about puts now? We can, down market. Okay, let's do that. We're going to PLTR, IonQ, and D-Wave are heads and tails above where they should be. Their evaluations, they're, what is it? Valuations are sitting at, Jesus, 700% times earnings for next year. It's absolutely insane. They have to come down. They can't keep staying up this high. There's no reason that they're up this high besides hopes and prayers. All it's going to take is for one prick in that bubble, and this whole thing is going to fucking collapse. And that's why I have puts. I have puts. Way, way, way. I have a cash secured put for two of them. So if these drop, especially Palantir, because Palantir is the rule number 2. Rule number 1, don't invest in companies that you don't believe in. Don't just pick a stock out of the air and say, okay, I'm going to start trading this. That's a good way to lose your shit. You need to watch these stocks. You need to watch that sector. D-Wave, IonQ, BTCS, Qubits. All these little shit in quantum stocks, Rigetti, RGTI. I have owned at one time or another. I watch the quantum sector. I know what's going to happen with the quantum sector, and I can almost guarantee you that this will not last through, excuse me, I made the bet for November 21st. Is when I don't know if that was a person or if that was a bird. Where's my ball? Speaking of the devil. So I'm going to say that was a bird because it would hurt if it was another person. That freaks my wife out when I do that, just talking all of a sudden just stop. What'd you hear? God, didn't you hear that? Fuck. Situational awareness. It's it's a learned trait. Oh, it's so much fun. You're just open to everything. And I'm a little different. My receptors are always on. So yeah, fun. But it can be a lot overwhelming at times too. Just want to shut down and go away. But for the most part, it's good to have. Yeah, don't buy companies you don't believe in. You know, the first company I bought was Johnson & Johnson, J&J. Then I went through Microsoft and I did the Google and Kinder Morgan, what's Kinder Morgan? KND? Kinder Morgan, KMD? KDM? Kinder Morgan trades around the mid-20s, I think. Last time I checked, it was 27 bucks. But that was a good one. Enbridge, only because they're up here in Northern Michigan. I bought them. See, now we're at the Classic. I'm older and I'm tired. I'm younger and I want to go out and play some more. He wants to go walk. So what we're going to do, we're going to keep going. You can stay there if you want to. I'm just going to walk a bit with your brother. I want to get him tired, more tireder. But time's at 8:30, so we've been out for an hour already. God, I've been babbling for shit, I don't know how long. Okay, this is as far as we're gonna go. He's not feeling good. Come on, let's go. So we're gonna give the sick dog in and we're gonna get him back home so he can rest. I don't know what these new pills are doing to him. Yeah, he can't talk, so I don't fucking know. All I can do is try and soothe and ease whatever might ail him. That's it. Much like yeah, we had a conversation a while ago about not being able to, they can't tell you what's wrong, so you don't know. You just got to do your best. And I can only imagine, I can't imagine how that would feel to be your own flesh and blood, meaning your own kid doing that. You're not able to, infant or newborn, somebody that can't communicate. I know what it feels like with these guys, and it tears me up just because, like I said, you don't have kids. Yeah, you never know. I mean, God works in mysterious ways. I could almost guarantee that the good Lord himself is not going to give us any kids. God, wouldn't that be interesting? But don't think we haven't thought about adoption before. We thought about that for a brief second. But, yeah, we're talking options. It's fun. I love options because there's always something to look at. There's always something to, always some numbers to crunch. I like numbers. I don't know why. It's just, they're fun. They're fun, they're concrete, and they don't lie. Numbers tell the truth. So yeah, we were walking around that Cook Road area yesterday. And we noticed that our colors, I think we're about 2 or 3 weeks away from having peak colors in Northern Michigan. We need to wait for a cold snap. It's not getting cold. Excuse me. Can't come out right. We gotta wait for it to get cold so we can get all this chlorophyll and sugar out of these trees. We got a lot of maple trees. We actually passed a big maple syrup farm. Going to work, coming from work on a seasonal road, and that guy has, God, I want to say hundreds of maple trees tapped. And he's got the blue hoses going all through the woods. It's phenomenal to look at. It's amazing. The engineering it takes to pull something like that off is absolutely insane. Couldn't imagine. Usually Ruckus is in the back because he wants to make sure making sure everybody's accounted for. Mac always runs up front because he's a big, and there we go. Something. Don't know what. But yeah, don't be scared of options. You just got to do your homework, as with anything. Do your homework on it, you'll figure it out. Watch a couple of my videos. You know, it's scatterbrain because I don't do it on a, well, I do use ChatGPT to get the script going. It's pretty fun. All I have to do is take screenshots of what I do for my brokerage, and I give it over to ChatGPT. And right now, the prompt is, how did I do? And it adds it up, subtracts, and does whatever it has to do. It spits out a number. And it tells me you did good or you did bad. Usually, lately I've been doing real good. Come on, big boy. Okay, I'll go first. Good boy. Yesterday we rolled all of our IonQ, our D-Wave, and our Palantir. It was funny, my wife came in from work. Well, actually, she was at the hospital. Her mom broke her hip a couple days ago. She had surgery yesterday. That's amazing. Again, we're going way off topic of stocks here. My mother-in-law fell and broke her hip on Sunday going to church, walking in a puddle, and whoop, pew, broke her hip. Monday, she had surgery. What's today? No,